as I was thinking about today, I was thinking about if you've known me for a while, or if you came through practitioner in the last few years, you know that I'm a convert from kind of the old school parenting, which means that this is a really great opportunity for me to not need to be a control freak, should I say, within my house, and to really focus on. Uh, so my girls and I are all earned secure, although I would say recovering dismissive, because right now is a really easy time to be dismissive. And so I was thinking through like what might be helpful for you guys to take and share and to just hear maybe, is like I'm feeling really out of control right now, and I'm wondering if any of y'all are too. And so what can I do to add some control in for felt safety, but also what can I do to mitigate some of that out of control feeling just in daily practice? And so I mean, one thing, somebody said they weren't sleeping. I'm not sleeping well at all either. I'm a huge internalizer, so I can generally get through the day pretty well, but then I think about everything I read or heard or saw throughout the night. So from 2 to 5:30 this morning, you guys, I solved all of our problems. It's all done. You have no problems left. They're done. But I was just up, and I'm like, not up and angry or irritable, but I'm up. And so that gave me a chance to think about what did I do proactively yesterday to ensure that I can control getting some sleep, because I can control the amount of information I take in. I can control what I eat. I can control if I exercise. I have a lot of control in making a schedule that makes sense for our family, which would be very loose because we're not high structure family. And so I started thinking about what can I do proactively to help add some control in. And then if I do that, does that naturally lead to some moments of self-care because things are taken care of? So I started today by going to one of the girls and saying, hey, would you flat iron my hair? Because I knew that this connection ahead of time, and that there's a chance I wouldn't get a lot of texts while I was gone to bring them something, which is a lie because I just literally right now just got one. Can you bring me some lunch? Not saying it works perfectly, but I sat and I let her flat iron my hair, which I'm perfectly capable of doing, but she's into hair and makeup and nails and all this stuff. And so I'm trying to find a way for each kid to spend just a few minutes doing something they really love. And you guys, we are not all the same. We do not have all the same loves. One of my daughters wants to sew masks for healthcare people, and I cannot thread a needle, but I am cheering her on. So I think that I think I'm thinking about what can I do proactively to help add connection so that I don't get to that point of frustration. So I'm thinking really proactively in my day. So I know I no longer watch the evening news because that's too close to bedtime. If I'm going to watch news, I'm going to do it first thing in the morning, and then I'm done with news for the day. I've had to really reduce my, for lack of a better word, Facebook consumption, because Facebook is either doom and gloom or Pinterest moms. Anybody else feeling me? And God bless you, Pinterest moms, but I'm not there. My kids haven't even started, they start school next week. And so we have literally basically like very, very minimal things happening that is required, that they're required to do other than what I ask. And so I can go really quickly to a place of feeling shameful that I'm not doing more with them, or feeling really scared about the events of the world. And if I get to that place, it's all internal and nobody sees it, but they feel my stress. And so in order to help them stay calm, I'm reducing my intake of the things that are scary, and I'm trying to get like really good information once a day that's not highly political or not highly emotionally driven. It's just, this is kind of the state of the union, and we're going to keep going because guess what? You know what we're doing tomorrow? We're going to be isolated again. So until we start to see something different, I'm giving up control of all of that information. I think one thing that's important right now for people to understand is just flexibility with themselves and their expectations. Because like I have my kids are older, they can do a lot independently, almost everything really, but they also still have a lot of emotional needs because they understand what's happening. And so being more flexible with my responses and allowing them to just sit and feel when I want them to get up and be busy. And that is one of the hardest things for me is that, like, for me, I deal with my stress by being productive and getting up. And yesterday, one of them was like literally not going to peel themselves off the couch. And I'm like, you're stressing me out because you're not getting up and doing something. I know you're not getting up and doing something because you're stressed out. But see, you get rid of that stress, like, and I feel my stress, and then it's coming onto them. And it's like, you know what? Let's just talk about your feelings, which is hard for me. Hello, recovering dismissive, but just making the time for that. And then we are focusing as heavily as we can on play in our house because here's the thing that I believe at the end of the year, there is not one school teacher that my children have that expect me to do what they can do because I'm not a teacher. And I don't know how to do calculus or whatever else college level classes I feel like they're taking, right? I don't know how to do that, but I can help provide some structure and framework. But but they don't have an expectation that I can do that. So we're just going to hop over the finish line of the school year and do the best we can. But what I know is that whether my kids feel stressed and scared or whether they feel safe and secure is up to me. And I think that is by far more important than the calculus. At least I hope, because if it's not, we're in real trouble. And then yeses. It's so right now we are responsible for so much in our homes. I'm watching my niece. She has a like 6 month old, a 17-month old, and a 4 year old. And she's becoming hesitant to get more stuff out to do because of the mess that it makes, because everything takes so much effort. But we were talking a lot about let's add as many yeses back in as we can, because if we can fill their cup, then we can get some space to have a little break, to get our coffee time, to get a phone call with a friend. So I would just say, like, start to think about when we're so out of control and we're so limited in what we do, what can we control, and where can we add structure, and where can we add play, um, and where can we continue to just give ourselves a ton of grace, because it's not going to be pretty every day. Some days are going to be really pretty and some days are going to be really tired. And if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. It just, you know what? Because we're still going to be here tomorrow, y'all. Like, I hate to say it, but we have tomorrow to get the stuff done that isn't done today, and it's okay. So I just encourage you to find places to add control in your lack of control if you're feeling um, stressed out about that, and adding a ton of grace. And if you will proactively connect with your kids, it's a whole lot easier to go back and get the free time we all need. So those are my little tips of today.